What's good, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense, and I am about to bring you a first impression video from a house that I've dabbled in a little bit a time or two before. I just dug into the box today and just grabbed one particular fragrance, whatever came out the box, and I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's good. We'll get into that in a minute. I do want to say, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, make sure you do that. Make sure you ring the bell for notifications. There's an icon that will open up above the bell. Make sure you hit all so you get all content uploaded by me through this channel. Make sure you like the video, thumbs up, share the videos, and make sure you're active in the comment sections. With that being said, the fragrance house I'm talking about is Zoologist. And the fragrance I'm talking about is called Nightingale. This is Eau de Parfum concentration. I think all of their fragrances from this line are Eau de Parfum. What do I think about this fragrance? We'll get to that in a moment. Just want to show you the presentation of this carded sample. Has a nightingale with, looks like some kind of Asian kimono on, or some kind of garb, robe or something. And just seeing the inside of this carded sample will actually make you believe that this is just solely for women, when this fragrance is literally unisex. It's for men and women. Now, when I first sprayed this on, the first thing I thought to myself was, before I even realized this was unisex, I thought this is for women, because this is that. If you've ever been around a woman or anyone who wears women's perfumery, like a church or something like that, then women's fragrances usually have that women's, like, you can tell the difference between a men's and a woman's fragrance, because it's something added into the women's fragrance that gives it that feminine type vibe, whatever the case may be. And that's what you get in the opening of this particular fragrance, Nightingale. You get that feminine sweetness. It smells really nice. This is not one of those fragrances where you guys are smelling, like T-Rex, that smells like sulfuric acid from a volcano or something like. This is not that type of fragrance. This is one of those fragrances where it does have a little bit of an edge to it that takes it into that creative side of fragrances, but at the same time, you do get a very nice smelling, wearable fragrance. I actually like this one. Once you get past that fruity, womanly, feminine type opening, this dries down and it leans more out of the feminine and like right in between on that line of feminine and masculine. That's where I started liking this more. Notes. It has top notes of bergamot, lemon, and saffron. Heart notes of Japanese plum blossom, red rose, violet. Base notes of ambergris, frankincense, labdanum, moss, oud, patchouli, sandalwood, and white musk. I mean, what more can you say? This actually has a lot of notes that a lot of people out here like, oud being one of them. I don't pick up that heavy, stringent, stanky, skanky oud that most people like. I'm not a big fan of oud heavy fragrances, or if oud is like the dominant note in a fragrance. That's not what I'm into. I don't get, honestly, I don't pick up that much oud from this at all. It does lean powdery, more in the opening than the dry down to me. You do get some rose, you do get the amber. It is kind of floral. It's balsamic. It's really not a bad fragrance. I know a lot of people aren't going to be interested in this one, being that it's Zoologist, and Zoologist is one of those companies that is on the creative side. And when you hear the name Zoologist, people automatically think, oh, this is going to be stanky. It's going to be like rank smelling. It's going to smell like animal and all this kind of stuff. Not all of their fragrances are like that. Yes, they are on the creative side. Nothing wrong with that. Certain fragrances I'm into, some I'm not. This is one I do like a lot. Personally speaking, though, for me, I wouldn't buy a bottle of this. Not for the price that they charge for this. No. If it was a little more inexpensive, yes, I would definitely get a bottle of this. But not even for a significant other would I purchase this particular fragrance, because I know not everybody is going to be into it. There's going to be aspects of this fragrance that are probably going to turn people noses, and I like it. It's not a bad fragrance. I'm actually glad that they reached out to me and allowed me to be able to sample these fragrances, because I was one of those guys who, when I hear the name Zoologist, I instantly thought, why would anybody want to smell like a T-Rex? Why would anybody want to smell like, feces or whatever the things were being said about these fragrances? But that's not what you're getting from most of these at all. I like it. I'm not going to quote prices on these, just for the simple fact that I don't really want to be disrespectful, which is really not being disrespectful, but it's just my personal opinion. The prices that most people are charging for certain fragrances are just, to me, ridiculous. But there's a market out there for everybody. There are fragrances that are out there marketed for everybody price-wise. And, if you can get your hands on some of these carded samples from the house, then I suggest it. I mean, you don't have to get the whole line, but maybe if you picked out certain ones that you may seem interested in, like read the note breakdowns, try them out and see. This actually is one that I would put at the top of my list out of the ones I've reviewed so far. Hyrax wasn't big on my list. I wore it. I actually gave it 7 sprays, in which I do all fragrances like that. I do 7 sprays. I fully commit to what I'm doing. A lot of people spray on 1 or 2 sprays and go about their business. I fully commit. If it's something harsh, if it's something heavy, if it's something loud, I fully commit. Especially when giving you guys my take on them. I know a lot of people get butt hurt when they see people, especially me, I do it too. They see us hold up a bottle that's barely been used and we're reviewing it. For me, it doesn't take a long period of time to know whether I like something or I don't like it, or something performs on me or it doesn't perform on me. Yes, there are things to consider, like time of year, time of season. I get that. But for the most part, I can spray on something and, within a few hours, I can tell you whether I like it or not, whether the performance is good or not. And, believe it or not, it just is what it is with me. So that is my initial first impression on Nightingale from the House of Zoologists, Extrait de Parfum. Is it worth checking out? Yes. Would I blind buy this? No. Would I buy this personally to wear? Honestly, no. I like the fragrance. I like the sweetness in it. I like the direction that it goes. It leans feminine at first, and then it leans a little on the dry down, more to right down the middle. What you get in the dry down of this, I've smelled before. It's almost slightly barbershoppy a little bit, but it's not really a barbershoppy type fragrance. So don't get my words twisted on this. You do pick up like a slight, I don't know, something barbershoppy about this on the dry down, but it's not bad. Price wise for these full bottle presentation, not me. There are people out there who like zoologists who don't mind purchasing bigger bottles and spending that kind of money. That's just not my forte. But I am very appreciative that I am getting the chance, the opportunity to test these fragrances, to smell these, and get something different under my nose than just the norm. Everybody smelled Blue de Chanel. Everybody smelled Sauvage, Creed, all this other stuff that, you know, everybody's talking about. I'm glad I'm getting to talk about something different than the norm. So shout out to everybody who checks this video out. Make sure, once again, you like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I am out. Here is to smelling great. Peace.